Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTN Sports and Gaming. Let's get straight into this one. Well, so no surprise that Alexander Povetkin and Dillian Whyte are fighting. We kind of told you a while back that Whyte would be fighting Povetkin next. That was then confirmed by my very good friend and trainer or assistant trainer Xavier Miller of IQ Boxing in Neasden. He's been working with Dillian Whyte quite intensively, along with Mark Mark Tibbs, isn't it? Mark Tibbs is working with Dillian Whyte as well. So those two have been working together. I mean, Xavier has been talking a lot about the new things they're adding to Dillian Whyte's style. Also talking about previously the fight against Marius Vac, that he was pretty heavy coming into the fight but got the job done, which is a credit to Dillian Whyte. We know about the amount of time that Dillian Whyte has been waiting to get a world title shot. Oh, by the way, tonight is an open session, so therefore, if you do want to have a chat, you can come in and have a chat. It's an open forum tonight, so you can come in and say what you have to say. It's not a members only night, so you can come in and say what you have to say. Anyway, so Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin are going to get it on. Alexander Povetkin is no stranger to the UK shores now, having come over and fought David Price, knocked him out, beat Hughie Fury, and now is going to be fighting his third Brit, I believe, or fourth Brit. Of course, we've got the Anthony Joshua fight. How can we forget that? And the fourth fight now is with Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte has been fighting the best available opponents more consistently than probably any other heavyweight in the world in terms of fighting top 10 opponents. We just have to look at the list of guys he's fought. Just go for the box rec. I don't have to do that. His last fight was against Oscar Rivas. No, it was against Marius Vac. Then before that was Oscar Rivas, Joseph Parker, Lucas Brown, Robert Helenius. Some of these guys are still fighting today. Parker, Helenius is fighting this weekend against Adam or whatever his name is, Kanaki. And Parker just fought last weekend. So Marius Vac is preparing, I think, sparring with Tom Little, and there's a possibility Vac will be fighting again soon. So Dillian Whyte has fought guys who are in and around the top 10 and has been constantly banging on the door of the WBC. But somebody's knocking at the door, as the song goes. Somebody's ringing the bell, but nobody's answering to Dillian Whyte's call. Maybe that should be Dillian Whyte's walkout tune. Somebody's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Just let him in. It's a song that's used at the moment at the postcode advertisement. If you're in the UK, you'll know what it is. If you're America, I think it's Let Him In, which I've posted on my Facebook page as well. And by the way, check out BWTM Online. You can just type in BWTM Online and you can see all our latest videos, not just sports, entertainment, news, current affairs a lot. Check it out, BWTM Online. So let me continue now. So it's for the WBC Interim World Heavyweight title. So I want to talk about this fight and break it down a little bit more and why I think this fight is another red alert fight, particularly for Dillian Whyte. I think Dillian Whyte has to be at his absolute best to beat Alexander Povetkin. And here's why I believe Whyte needs to be at his very best to beat Povetkin. Povetkin, former Olympic champion, former world champion, only beaten by the very best Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko. So Povetkin definitely looks like he's aged. The fight against Hunter wouldn't have done him any favours. And that was a real back and forth fight. Some said Povetkin won the fight because the knockdown wasn't given. So had the knockdown been given, Povetkin probably win the fight. I think you can argue it was a damn good fight he was in against Hunter. Now, bearing in mind Hunter, an Olympian himself, Joshua, an Olympian, and Klitschko, an Olympian. So you've got only Olympians that have beaten Povetkin when you think about it. Even the David Price fight, Price was an Olympian as well, and Price had Povetkin in trouble at a point. He also fought Hughie Fury, who was a world amateur star. I think he was the first from the UK to win the World Youth Amateurs. So that was no mean feat as well. Something great that Hughie Fury achieved as an amateur. So he had good amateur pedigree as well. So guys with good, deep amateur pedigree seem to either give Povetkin a tough fight or at the end, they're the guys that beat him. So Joshua and Klitschko. Dillian Whyte doesn't have that background. So Dillian Whyte does let us know that. But he has basically ground out results through hard work, dedication, guts, determination, and being able to adapt and improve his style with some very good trainers. Povetkin, for all the stuff they say about him getting old and he gets rocked in fights and stuff, the only guy who's actually knocked Povetkin out is Anthony Joshua, of course. He got knocked down several times by Dr. Steelhammer, Vladimir Klitschko. But Joshua was the one to land the right hand to knock Povetkin out. This fight is high red alert for Dillian Whyte, and I want Dillian Whyte and his team to know that this fight is seriously dangerous. More dangerous than the Oscar Rivas fight, more dangerous than the Parker fight, more dangerous than the Lucas Brown fight, or the Robert Helenius fight, because this guy can actually fight. Povetkin can actually fight. He knows how to fight. He knows how to fight on the inside. He knows how to fight from the outside. He knows how to throw a combination when he knows how to put himself in positions to let his left hook off or to end on a left hook. He is brutal with one punch and can knock you out and render you unconscious with that left hook. Okay, when you're at the Olympic stage or that pedigree, you do see punches coming that bit better. You do get yourself in and out of positions that bit better because of your technical ability. When I'm talking about Dillian Whyte, the boxer puncher, Dillian Whyte has got to Wilder's right hand. Dillian Whyte is his left hook. Now, this fight is the battle of the hookers. Sorry, pardon the expression, but they should really call this the battle of the hookers because both guys have got terrific left hooks. Povetkin and Dillian Whyte. Whyte, as we know, knocked down Parker with the only guy to really knock Parker down was with those big left hooks. It was Dillian Whyte. Of course, with Povetkin, we saw what he could do with his left hook against David Price. Takam, no, I don't need to continue. You know what Povetkin's about. Very dangerous hombre. And you can ask Anthony Joshua at the beginning of his fight what Povetkin can do. He's got the sort of power that can put you in check, and he's got the sort of power that can render you unconscious. Dillian Whyte, the good things he does, he has the ability to back you up. I like the way he fought Parker. He used to back Parker up and bully him. What Dillian Whyte's done so far is really in preparation to beat Povetkin, I believe. But the punch he needs to beat Povetkin with is a punch I'm not so. It is a punch that I think is a problem for him, which is his right hand. He throws the left hook beautifully, but Whyte's right hand, for as long as I've seen him box, he has a sloppy right hand, a slapping right hand, a sloppy right hand, which somebody of Povetkin's ability can come under, slip under, and come back over the top with a left hook. I am concerned about the right hand of Dillian Whyte. And actually, if you look at Povetkin carefully, he is open to that right hand. He really has no answer to a straight right hand or looping right hand. Look carefully at his fight with Hunter. Look at his fight with Klitschko. Look at his fight with Joshua. How he ended the fight was on a hidden right hand. Joshua picked him up with a jab, picked him off with a jab, picked it and waited and waited and waited, and boom was the right hand. The right hand punch, although Dillian Whyte's left hook is his honey punch, it's the right hand that's going to open up the opportunities for Dillian Whyte in this fight. It's the keys, it's the lock to knocking Povetkin out is the right hand. I believe that he's got to do it early with Povetkin because I believe Povetkin is a slow starter. So if you look at the Hunter fight, when Hunter came out quite early and he hit Povetkin, Whyte is heavier than Hunter, and he's a natural. I won't say he's a natural heavyweight because Hunter started his career at heavyweight and moved himself down. So I won't disrespect Hunter in that way, and I think Hunter's more athletic than Dillian Whyte. He's got faster, moves around the ring quicker than Dillian Whyte, but he's not punches. Doesn't punch as hard as Dillian Whyte with the left hook or the right hand. So the right hand punches, the punch that Xavier Miller and Cole and Mark Tibbs really need to be working on this fight because it's the key. The right hand, the jab, right hand, left hook combination, and particularly the right hand, is the key because Povetkin doesn't see it coming and he has no answer to the right hand. He was hit numerously by Hunter with the right hand. As I said, the Joshua right hand. And but Dillian Whyte does have vulnerabilities. And where he's gotten away with guys like Rivas and Parker when he's been knocked down, Povetkin is a brutal finisher and a better finisher than those guys. Povetkin by far is the best boxer that Dillian Whyte has fought, and arguably the best brawler that Dillian Whyte has fought. Never mind the age for 1 second. If Dillian Whyte gets ragged in this fight and he's in a position where he's hurt, believe me, Povetkin will come in and finish the fight off. Povetkin's weaknesses for him is his stamina. He always looks like he's tired in a fight. You know, he does seem to tire and have stamina issues. But having said that, when I look at Dillian Whyte, his fight against Rivas and Parker, he did look like he tired in those fights too as well. So down the stretch, it's anyone's game down the stretch. I would like to see Dillian Whyte end this fight early. I don't think he really wants Povetkin in the second half of the fight to get into any sort of rhythm. He's got to keep Povetkin hurt. Hit him, hurt him, and get him out of there. You know, but be careful because Povetkin has the power to knock Whyte out. Believe me, he's got the. If Parker can drop him, if Rivas can drop him, Povetkin can finish him because Povetkin's just another class. So I'm very concerned, particularly about this fight. Very, very, very concerned about this fight with Alexander Povetkin and Dillian Whyte. It's a red alert fight. It's the sort of fight that Dillian Whyte's been taking so long to get to the top of the WBC mountain to be there. Deontay Wilder gets beat. Tyson Fury is going to get the rematch, and Dillian Whyte's just a moments away from getting that world title shot. Povetkin has the ability to absolutely upset the apple cart. Believe me, he has the ability. He's got the skill set. He's got the power. He's got everything there to beat Dillian Whyte. You know, age and stamina and durability. Those are the question marks. Dillian Whyte also has to be careful of switching off in fights in this fight, and he has to also be careful of being backing up to the ropes. He does not want to have his back touching ropes against Povetkin. He's got to hold the center of the ring against Povetkin and back him with a double jab. He can't allow Povetkin to get him anywhere near the ropes. If you look at the fights with him against Parker and against Rivas, when his back was near the ropes, Dillian Whyte was touching the canvas. He needs to keep center of the ring, hold center of the ring, use the jab, and back Povetkin up. Cannot allow Povetkin to hold center of the ring with him, or try and box with Povetkin. Bad idea. He's got to hurt Povetkin and get him out there. So those are my thoughts on Povetkin Whyte at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what goes on from here. Let's see what people are saying. Bob Sanders says, I bet several people that Michael Hunter would take care of this guy, but just got kind of hard done by. Although I thought he hurt Povetkin like 5 times. He did. But I do believe Hunter did come in a little bit tad heavier than he should have done for that fight. Winning Results Fitness and Nutrition says, hey boss, saw you were live and wanted to hit you. Word is Tyson Fury had an issue with the A sample and he's awaiting a B sample. Just wanted to put that on your radar. Listen, I said this before and I'll say it again and I'll keep on saying it. At the end of the Fury fight, the next day I said, I hope to God that we don't hear anything about samples, and this is what I hoped. And I know I got a lot of stick on the channel, and I do get stick, but you either stand for something or you fall for everything. And I said that I didn't truly believe in what Tyson Fury was saying because there were so many inconsistencies with what he was saying as opposed to what he was producing. The fight he had against Deontay Wilder, he has never boxed like that in his career, period. I've never seen Tyson Fury box like that with such poise, with such consistency, with behind a great jab. Everything looked right. He looked brilliant. He looked polished. He looked exciting. I've never seen Tyson Fury fight like that before, ever. And I gave him his full credits for it afterwards. I did. But some people on here have an issue with me speaking my mind. If you don't like it, change the channel, unsubscribe. But don't sit on here having a moan and a groan about what I say, and you don't like what I'm saying, and you want a thumbs down. I don't care if you thumbs down the video or not. It doesn't make a difference to me. The bottom line is this: it's my opinion. It's how I feel and how I felt. And I've voiced these opinions previously to Tyson. It's not like I haven't said to Tyson to his face, I don't think you'll beat Chisora, or I think you'll beat Klitschko. And I told him to his face. So a lot of you people on here keep behind keyboards that would never ever say to a fighter, look, I really don't think you'll win. Even Josie Parker, I said, look, I don't think you beat Hughie Fury. I don't. You see me, I've said it. I've been honest. And it's about honesty at the end of the day. So it's how I felt. And people say, yeah, and I did think that Deontay Wilder was going to knock Fury out. I did. Based on what I saw of Fury previously. There was nothing in the Fury, what Fury done against Wallin or against Schwartz that made me feel that he was better. But I didn't see Fury under Sugar Hill. And obviously under Sugar Hill, you saw a totally different fighter. And if anybody, even my sternest critic can turn around and say, yeah, I've seen Tyson box like that before, you're full of shit. You're full of shit because you've never seen Tyson box like that before. Tyson has never boxed like that before. Never. And even his own family have come out and said, this is the first time Tyson's been with a world-class trainer. That's including with Peter Fury. Shocked. Surprised. Tyson's looked good. Oh, he looked good when he fought. I'm going to give you some fights where he actually did look good. His fight against Kevin Johnson, I thought he looked good. I thought he looked good against what's his guy, Rogan. I thought he looked good. I thought that the Klitschko fight was a case of Klitschko didn't throw any punches, and Tyson didn't throw that many more punches. The fight against Chisora looked good. I'd call all those performances workmanlike, but the fight he put on against Wilder, bearing in mind Wilder was being touted as the biggest puncher of all time. You know, he had a record, a number of title defenses, and all the rest of it. Bearing in mind all those things that he did, to what Tyson was up against, coming back against Wilder, you know, that was a great performance. Bearing in mind who he was fighting. I'm not going to sit down and start disrespecting Wilder because he lost a fight. I'm not fickle like that. You understand? Wilder showed us he had the power to put Fury down. And I thought, well, if he boxes the way he boxed against Schwartz, against Otto Wallin, I said, well, he's going to get completely smashed by Wilder. And then I heard reports that he hadn't been training. The training didn't go to plan. And going by that, so that's what it went by. So that's it. I'm not backtracking. I'm not looking for excuses. And a lot of you cats on here, come on, just, you know, you make your comments, but when I get something right, very few come on and support. So when I get something wrong, you come on here and blast me for it. Well, you know, how many commentators, how many experts on Sky, week in, week out, get their prediction wrong? How many times has David Hay got a prediction wrong? I don't see you lot getting on there and saying, oh, David Hay. You're full of it. So please, if you're not there to support me, then get lost. Winning results, fitness, nutrition, ring talk. On a solid source, BWTM, apparently Tyson's A sample popped dirty. Well, if that's the case, then, you know, look, I'm gonna say something else to you, right? I said this years ago. I'm not trying to be a jolly come lately. I said this years ago. For anybody who's listened to me, this sample, these samples I've said can be used to manipulate and can be used to make a person look dirty. And I said to you before, Fury has had previous. Okay, so when a person's had previous, it's very easy for you to attach things. Like, for example, this situation with the glove. This glove situation would have meant a damn thing to me if I didn't have the story 4 months ago about the sparring partner. So now the 4 months ago, the sparring partner comes out and says, "Ah, the glove, blah 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 blah." You're like, that's a bit odd. And then now you hear this story now about people are bringing things about Glovegate now. You kind of put the two together and you think, yeah, can I give it some more attention? But at the same time, he still boxed Wilder. Best I've seen him box Wilder. I don't care. He still technically was better than I've ever seen him. No matter gloves, technically, he's the best I've ever seen Tyson Fury. A sample, B sample, technical ability, the way he threw his jab, the way he boxed. Do you understand? Yeah, that's where it is. Is that World Breaker? Because if it is World Breaker, my brother, how are you? Missed you. I hope that you're well and good. If it is you, World Breaker. But yeah, if this is the case, then I will say this much as well. Mauricio Suleiman was not happy that Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. Not what it looked like to me. It didn't look like he was happy at all. And that's just by the moments after the fight. You know, and there was no hiding it. He didn't hide it. He looked very upset that Wilder got beat for whatever reason. And I'm not suggesting, but I'm sorry, this sport is so corrupt that now anything is possible. So I just, I'm just very conscious of if Wilder had whooped Fury's ass from pillar to post, we'd have saying, yeah, Wilder was great. He's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Job done, great puncher, all time great, blah, 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 blah. He's still a great puncher. So, yeah. Yeah, it's World Breaker. He started a new channel. Oh, wow. I am the artist formerly known by that name. Thank you so well, my brother. It's good to see you, and it's a pleasure to see you. It's a shame I haven't spoken to you for so long, but I'm really happy to hear that you are alive and well and kicking. And yeah, thank you for popping on. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I did do the non-member the actual open to all subscribers to leave their comments, because if I'd done that, I didn't do that, then I wouldn't have known. So I guess my spider senses were correct to leave it open tonight. Anyway, so I this sport is so corrupt. You don't know whether somebody really has popped or they haven't really popped. You don't know if somebody face fits or his face doesn't fit. You don't know if side A and side B, well, side A says, well, you took the belt from us. You weren't meant to take the belt from us. So we'll show you our power by making sure you pop day. I just don't know what to believe. And I did say there was something off from Wilder's leg from round one. I did mention this in the commentary. So I'm not trying to be a smart ass. I mentioned it from round one. I mentioned it repeatedly during the fight. Something's wrong with Wilder's back leg. But back leg or no back leg, no one asked Wilder to go and dress in that costume. No one asked him to dress in that costume. And I'm not quite sure how that related to Black History Month. And maybe I'm just ignorant. I don't get it. I don't understand. I personally understand it. Maybe I have to go back and look at how it's connected. His feet were further apart than in any other fight. He was dragging every punch. Yes, there was something wrong with his back leg. But that costume, I'm sorry. I don't know what that costume, the aim of that costume was. And as I said, I will go one step further. If I am consulting Deontay Wilder, he sacks the whole team. He sacks the whole team. Why? Because he needs fresh blood. He needs engagement. I think he needs somebody of elite knowledge to take him to that next level. So from elite level to take him to that next level. That's what I believe Deontay Wilder needs. Um, I mean, what happens now? Glovegate, PEDs. What's going to come out next? I mean, samples. I don't know what's next in this fight. I don't know. And what's going to happen is Deontay Wilder going to get reinstated as champion. I don't, I don't know. I don't know. I knew there would be some form of controversy at the end of the fight to make the third fight, um, you know, sellable. So we are where it is. Yeah, while the stamina looked extremely odd for this rematch, it did. But again, your stamina can get sapped when you're getting punched in the head and punched in the face and punched in the body by a guy who's almost 40 pounds heavier than you. So, so the conditioning, yeah, we can say all these things, but if Wilder had laid out Fury flat on the canvas with a right hand, Fury was there, flapping like previous opponents, we'd be saying Wilder was great. So, you know, I don't want to make excuses. I don't want to make excuses. But and the samples, like I said before, I don't know who to believe anymore because it's so damn corrupt. I don't know who to believe. It's so damn corrupt. So I will leave it as that. But as for Whyte and Povetkin, like as I said, I'll be going to watch some of Xavier Miller's fighters tomorrow night um, in London. So I'm looking forward to seeing them fight, and I hope they really have done their homework with Povetkin because Povetkin could end all of Dillian White's dreams. Believe me, he has the ability to do it. Age, stamina, durability are the factors that could lose Povetkin the fight. But experience, punching power, know-how, and ringcraft are the things that can win him the fight. So, you know, I'm a Dillian White fan because he just wants to fight the best old school throwback. But this is a tough one. This is the toughest one of his career for me. So if he does go out there and blow Povetkin out of there, it's a great performance. So I think I'll leave it as that. And yeah, we'll catch up, World Breaker. Or now it is now Killer Lion Killer LRC. We'll catch up. Oh, LCR. We'll catch up. Bob Sanders, thank you so much. Thank you all for watching. This has been BWTM Sports and Gaming. We'll see you soon. Maybe some UFC tonight.